they don't want you to think of the canon. I found this one earlier in the week. Let me zoom in a bit. From GameSpot. Again. Let GameSpot, so reputable at this point. Rings of Power and Harley Quinn are teaching an important lesson about letting canon go.
What?
Yeah. I mean, Dre, first of all, as a DC guy, and I'm sure at some point back in the day, we all loved Harley when she first appeared on Batman
Absolutely.
series. She was a great addition to the lore from that, but they have since corrupted and perverted her on time.
Of course.
So to put that next to this, and then also say, forget canon. I mean, how does that make you feel when you hear that?
You see, that's the problem with modern media, modern filmmaking. The idea that you have to let go of what established what your characters are, and you think that's a good thing, just shows how out of touch they truly are with the audience they're attempting to target. Every fandom that they're trying to put their hands on worships canon. It's not even up for any debate. It's what it is. Yeah. If you take any story, period, like whether if you're into Lord of the Rings, DC, Marvel, whatever, heck, if you're into My Little Pony, canon is what everybody follows because that is where your fandom comes from. And then to go and tell your audience, hey, forget everything you know, forget everything you love, forget what this foundation is built on, enjoy what we're making, is absolutely arrogant in every way, shape, and form. And to say that you have to let go of canon is insanity. That is why people fight for literature, because literature is canon. If you tell me, hey, ignore these books that's been around for 70, 80 years, you're going to have a fight on your hands. You cannot, and it doesn't even matter what your stance are. Like, I don't know if you remember, but there was a movie that came out called Noah, and it was featuring Russell Crowe as Noah. Yep. It's maybe about 10 years ago.
Vaguely. Yeah, I didn't actually watch it, but I know it's
so weird.
Yeah, very vaguely. This film caught a whole lot of vitriol from, of course, the religious communities because how far it went away from what the Bible said. Now, whether you're a religious person or a person of science, whatever the case may be, this is the source material that they're supposed to be using. And they ignored the source material, and the target audience, which would be religious-based people, hated the movie because it did not follow the canon of the story from the Bible. It's not hard to understand.
Yeah.
Canon is everything. You have to follow it, or you have no story, or you're going to lose your target audience. Now look at me, I'm blurring now. Look at me, I'm all out there.
There you go. All right,
you're going to lose your audience. So canon is to say like, oh, forget about canon is nonsense. It's nonsense, and it's just like, hey, burn the past so that ours can be the new future.
Forget the past, let it die.
Yeah, that's
Kill
right.
If you have to.
Kill if you have to.
If you're going away from canon, make your own goddamn shit. That's my status on it.
But they can't do that.
Yeah, they're basically just telling their own stories in the skin of the original franchises. So might as well take that skin off because canon is what makes it that universe.
Well, that's why I call
that universe.
That's why I call all this shit bad fan fiction, because bad fan fiction begins when you appropriate somebody else's IP to tell a story, and instead of telling a story that fits in that world, you change it, you change the characters, and you change how they behave, and you change the emphasis, you change the core of that world, and what happens then is it becomes not that world. It gets filled with self-insert, it gets filled with your ideology, and suddenly it's bad fan fiction. That's why I use that term, and some people don't like it, but I'm not going to stop using it because that's what it is. But you guys said lore, source material, that is what makes something great. And then tangentially, to connect to that, the fans, we are the ones that support it. We are the lifeblood of everything after that because we are the ones that put the time, the energy, the money, the appreciation, and the memory. We keep it alive. We talk about it. We spread it. We tell people, go watch this, go play this, go listen to it. Without us to tell you what this is, then it's nothing. So when you remove that thing that we love as fans, we're gonna push back. We're gonna complain because look at every single thing that we complain about. What is the single most reoccurring problem in all of these, in everything that's been destroyed? They destroy the source material. Star Wars, Disney destroyed the source material. They threw out the source material. Star Trek, J.J. Abrams changed the timeline.
At least he did that. It's
at least he had the balls to go ahead and put it in a whole different time zone.
It's still bad.
Just to where
Still
it
bad.
couldn't be tied together.
But he still changed it, which made it bad in the end.
And I would argue that Doctor Who's canon is the one that's been destroyed the most.
That was my next one. Yeah. That was a slow chipping away until finally Chinball said, "Okay, here I go," and willingly and happily tore that apart. Let's see. Wheel of Time, egregiously destroyed on that show with glee. Reckless abandon glee. There are so many others, and then now Rings of Power. It is not the source material. Last night alone, we pointed out a scene where Guy Ladriel, Warrior Princess, is talking to Halbrand Sauron, and basically he's giving her lessons on how to be a queen when that's her whole thing in the lore. Yet she's acting like a meathead warrior. It's just... Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therentnerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.